This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So these are the default properties which are scanned by Tosca. Okay, now. So my question is, why Tosca is going to scan the properties from the object space? So we have a Tosca here. Okay. So it is going to scan the properties, right? So this is open URL or login, or I am going to enter the credentials, this credential. So whenever I am going to click on this, it is going to show the properties and values. Why Tosca is going to scan these values and keep it here, guys? Why? Is there any specific reason for that? See here, you have a web page here. You have a web page here. Yeah, tell me, guys. See here, I have a register button here. I have a register button here. So when you are going to scan this in the module, you are going to scan this. You are going to right click here or something in the module. You are going to scan this. When you are going to scan this, the Tosca commander, it is going to scan this register button. It is going to save the properties of this element. Okay, in the repository, just it is going to save it. Okay. Why it is going to save it means at the time of the execution, when you are going to execute Tosca, that is when you are going to run this test case. So it has to find this element in the web page. So it is going to take these properties and save it. Okay. So this is one of the interview question what they have asked. Okay. Next one is we have something like identification techniques in Tosca or object identification techniques. People will say it's object identification techniques or identification techniques in Tosca. So yesterday we have seen one identification techniques like identification by properties. Properties. Okay. So identification by properties means that 90% of the cases, 90% of chances of the cases, 90%, Tosca will identify the object using properties only. Tosca will identify the objects or the elements using properties only. Properties only. Okay. If Tosca can't able to find out the objects using properties, then you can go with the identify by anchor or identify by index or identify by images. Okay. So the first option is always it is going to take the properties to identify the element. If it cannot able to identify the element by using properties, then only it will go with the remaining features it is going to use, like identify by anchor or identify by image or identify by index. Okay. Now see here, when Tosca is identifying the properties, it is going to take the technical properties. Max, it is going to take the technical properties. Okay. You know what is technical properties? These are called developer properties. These properties are given by the developer at the time of developing that elements or the developing that objects. So it is called something like development properties. Okay. Now see here. So properties means maybe like class name, tag, all these things. These are the default properties, inner text, tag name, ID, all these are the properties. So I can use the example also. It can take tag name, these are the properties, or class name, inner text, or ID, like this, it is going to take it. So these are the identification, first identification technique. So this one we have seen in the previous class. So you want to see it again, this. Okay, anyhow, I will show it once. Case. Now see here. I am going to create one folder here. Okay. I'll mention something like identification techniques. Identification techniques. identification techniques in Tosca, or 5 or something, any number I'm going to give it. Okay. Now see, in this module, I'm going to create, okay, in this folder, I'm going to create one module. One module I'm going to create. Okay. Now see, I'm going to right click. First, I'm going to scan it for the module. So I will take this register button only. Just I'm going to take the register button. A normal page I'm taking it. Price and store. This is the page. I'm going to scan it. Right click, scan the application. It is scanning the application, guys. So this is the application. Any one property, I'm going to take it. You know this one. I'm going to select on screen. I'll select only register button. That's all. Just okay. Done it. Save. I'm going to close it. So just I have taken register. Okay. Now see here. Once you go to the module here, once you can able to go to the module, you can see the register button. And the properties here, you can able to see it. Properties here. It has taken the tag name, inner text it has taken. Okay. It has taken the tag name and inner text. If you want to see the properties here also at the time of, see here, I'm going to delete this. I'll show it again the properties. I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to scan the application. I'm going to select the application here. Now you can see in the Xscan window also you can see the properties. Xscan window also you can see the properties. I'm going to select only the register button. See here. These are the technical properties. These are the technical properties. It has taken. See here. I'll go to the register. For the register, see here. What are the properties it has taken? Tag name. Tag name has been taken. It has taken something like inner text. Always you need to see here. This selected item is unique. So always this should be there. If there is any duplications, it will show here duplications, not unique. It will show it in yellow color. It will show it in yellow color and say this item is not unique. Now it is unique means you can able to process it, guys. You can able to process it. Why means if there is two buttons, with the same register, now Tosca can't able to differentiate between the buttons. Which button it has to click, it can't able to differentiate. Getting or not, guys, what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now see here. Okay. Now see here. So it is going to, when I'm going to select and register, it is taking something like inner text and ID tag name. It's going to take it. Okay. Now see here. I'm going to save it. I'm going to close it. Now it is going to save it here. Xscan window I have like closed it. It is going to save it here. Now I want to click on register. Now I want to click on register. Okay. Now I want to click on register. Okay. See here. When you want to click on register, what we need to do it, guys? What we need to do? I want to just click on register, guys. What we need to do?
We need to drag that identification text in Tosca to text case, sir.
Okay. First, what we need to do it means you need to create a test case first, right?
Huh.
I need to go to the test cases. I need to go
Yes.
to the test cases. Okay. I need to create a test case. I need to create a test case. So how to create a test case, guys?
Right click on
Okay.
Test
I'm
Test
going to
case
case
create
folder.
a folder.
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 Okay. Okay. This folder, I'm going to give it name as a identification technique. This is the thing what we are learning. identification techniques in Tosca. Okay. Now see here. For this, inside this, after this, what I need to do? I need to create a test case first. I need to create a test case. I am going to create a test case. Okay. Test case name I am going to mention something like identification dot. I can use dot or underscore, anything I can use it. Dot property. I am going to identify it using properties. I am going to use this test case to identify using properties. Okay. This is the first technique. Now see here. I am going to, I'll go here. I am going to drag this one. I am going to leave on this. So done with this. So this is the test case and this is the test step. This is the test step. If it is like this, it's a test step. Okay. I am going to click on this. I need to click. So directly I am going to give the value here to click. So till here, right? So you know this one. So now I am going to execute this. So there is a browser here. It is going to click on this. It is going to click on the register. Now we'll see here. I'll go right click here. I am going to run this. Okay, it is running this. It is running this. Okay. Now see here. The register button is there. It has been clicked. Till here you are clear, right? So you are going to identify the register button using properties, and you are going to do some actions on the button. Till here you people are clear, guys. That's the first one, identification technique. So identification using properties. Clear? Can you go for the next one, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. First one, that is identification technique using properties. You are clear with this. We'll go for the next one, guys. Okay. Next one is we have something like identification by using anchor, guys. So here by anchor, identify by anchor. Okay. Now see here, when you want to identify using an anchor means, okay, here we are going to identify an object based on other object. It's the anchor, it's a link, it's a kind of link we are linking here, guys. So we are going to identify object using other object or parent object. We can say other object or parent object. So we are going to link between the parent and the child here. We are going to link between the parent and the child. Okay. First condition. Okay. So identified by anchor means here it is going to use something called relative ID. It is going to use something called relative ID. These are the important questions in interview. Relative ID. It is going to use something called relative ID. It is going to use something called relative ID. So it is going to use something like relative ID. Okay. So a relative ID is kind of a property kind of thing here. I'll show that how it is. Okay. Now, if there is some object which are having same property, then we need to identify using the anchor case here. Now, one more condition is also there. When you want to go for anchor means, if there is an object, there is an object, or is the objects which is having similar properties or the same properties. Similar properties. So if there is an object which is having similar properties, now when you are going to take the properties, it will show the duplication. It will show the duplication. So at the time you are going to use the anchor. So if there is some duplication elements, I can say, or there is a element on the web page which is having the similar properties. Then you need to go with the anchor. Okay. Here it is going to identify the object based on other objects, or it is going to use something called relative ID. And one more point, when you are going to use the anchor, we need one element, at least one element unique. At least one element should be unique, or one object should be unique. One object should be unique. So these are the conditions when you want to use the anchor base. So if you want to use the anchor, the first one is if there is some object which are having similar properties. So it is showing duplication. So you can use anchor. Second one. So here you are going to link between the parent and the object. Okay. And third one, it is going to use something called relative ID. And fourth one, at least it should be unique. At least one object should be unique there. Now see here, guys. I need to say one thing for you people. When I say element or the object means registry is the element, registry is the object, login is the element or an object. So anything on the web page is called elements, or you can say object space. Getting? So see here, there is something like gender. It's something like element. See, male, female, first name, everything it is something like element, or I can say it's an object. Anything is same way. Okay. Now see here, what I'm going to do it. So I have this page. Okay, I have this page. Now in this page, I will log in once. So I will enter the email ID and password. Okay. If you want, you can log in also, or something desktop directly also you can search it. See here. Now see here. I want to click on add to cart, guys. I want to click on add to cart. So I want to click on add to cart. See here what I'm going to do it. Guys, you can understand, right? So just I want to click on add to cart, or I want to click on this add to cart. So I want to buy this computer. I want to click on add to cart. So that is the scenario what I need to do. Or that is the thing what I want to make automate. I want to automate. I want to click on add to cart. Till now you can understand this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I'll go here. First, if you want to do add to cart, what you need to do it, guys? So you need to add that modules, right? So see here. Second module I am adding here. So this first module already we have created in Tosca. So this one, what we have done is it is the properties. Okay. Second module I am creating here. I am going to right click on this. I am going to scan the application. Scan the application. Okay. I will take this application. Okay. I am going to select on screen this. I am going to select on screen. Okay. I will select something like home. Okay. Next, I am going to click. I need to click on add to cart. Now see here. I am going to stop this page. Now you can see in this. I have selected two elements on the web page. First one is home. Second one is add to cart. When I select home, the down it is showing the select element is unique. When I select add to cart, it's already in yellow color and it is saying the select item is not unique. You can able to see here, guys. There is some duplications here.
Yes.
See, there is here also add to cart is there. Here also add to cart is there. Here also add to cart is there. So which add to cart you required? See, this add to cart will have same properties. This add to cart will have same properties. This add to cart will have same properties. So here, Tosca cannot able to differentiate between these three elements. Tosca cannot able to differentiate this. Now you will go here. You can see this. When you are going to see this, see here. These are this symbol of a property. It has taken only the properties. Now the properties of add to cart is same. Getting guys what I'm saying? The
Yes, sir.
properties of add to cart is same guys. Okay. Now see here guys. Now see here. What you need to do. So now you need to differentiate between. Now you need to differentiate between them. So at that time, what you need to see here, you need to go here. There is something called identify by anchor. Identify by anchor. Okay. If you want to identify by anchor, okay, see here. Before that, you need to select. I told right, one item should be unique. One element should be unique. If both are duplications, we cannot use identify by anchor. I'll show that example also. Now see here, I'll go to the home. I'll go here, select identify by anchor. Now you'll get a screen like this. On the top, there is identify by anchor, select on screen, okay, or like this, you will get all this. Okay. What you can do it means which property, see here, which property you cannot able to identify. So this is the property, add to cart. Drag this property here. Drag this property. Okay. Now see here, the anchor cannot is not uniquely identified. Click on the select on screen button to select the other anchor control on the screen. Just I'm checking this. Okay. I'm going to click on make anchor unique. Okay. Now it is unique. See here, for the home, I am going to keep the anchor. I am connecting to the add to cart. For the home, I am going to keep the anchor. See here, this is the relative ID, and you have a relative ID for that. For the anchor, you have some relative ID. It is going to connect to the add to cart. Now it became unique. Unique. Whenever you are going to add the properties, the property should be unique. So only Tosca can able to identify the objects at the runtime. Here you are getting or not, guys? Or you want to show it again? I will show it again this one.
Sir, one more time, sir, please.
Yeah, I will show it. Yeah. I'm going to close this. See here. Wait, one moment, guys. Now see here. Guys. So now we are going to see something like how you are going to identify the object using anchor or identify by anchor. Now, you know this. When two or more objects have similar properties, Tosca can't able to distinguish between the elements. So at that time you can able to use anchor. Anchor is going to use something called relative ID. Relative ID. And whenever you are going to use the anchor, at least you need to have one element should be unique. Now see here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to scan the application. Okay. I'm going to click on it. On this page, I need to click on add to cart. Add to cart, I need to click. See here, Tosca default it is going to take the property. If I am going to select on screen, I want to select something on the screen. I'm going to select anything like computers, or I'm going to select home. So one element should be unique. Now I'm adding this one, add to cart. You know that add to cart is a duplication. See here. When there is a, it's not unique, it will show like this. When you select on this also, I'm going to stop this, like getting the properties. If I'm going to click on this, see here, it is showing the select item is not unique. There's a lot of duplicate items there is a lot of items with the same name, I can say, same name and similar properties. There is a lot of elements with the similar properties, Okay. So at the time, you are going to use something called identify by anchor. See here, I am using properties here. These are the properties symbols. Whenever I'm using the properties, this by using properties, I cannot able to distinguish between the elements in the web page. Till here, you are clear or not?
Yes, sir.
So you can understand what exactly the issue is, right? There is an issue. So the solution is we are going to use the anchor for that. Till here, clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we need to do is now, guys. So you have understand a little bit, right? What you understand, please let me know.
If
Sir,
there are
here
more than
we click one.
if same elements is there, if that is a unique one, it won't identify Tosca. So we need to identify by anchor.
Okay, very good. Now see here, I am going to click on it. Identify by. I am going to use anchor. Okay. Anchor will use something called relative ID. I told you already. Whenever you need to use the anchor, at least one element should be unique. I have two elements here. The first element is unique. So second element is duplicate. So I can use identify by anchor. Okay. I'll go here. I'm going to click on identify by anchor. But here you need to select the item which is unique. This is unique, right? I will select this one. I will select this one. I'm going to click on identify by anchor. Anchor means it is like a link from one element to other element. The element which is unique, it will link to the duplicate element or the which the object which is having the similar properties. Okay, and finally it is going to link between them both. Now see together. It will show like this. Now see here, for the home I am going to put the anchor. I need to link this add to cart. So take this add to cart and leave on this. So it will show like this. The anchor control is not uniquely identified. Click on the select on screen button to select other anchor control on the screen or something. So make here, make anchor unique. Click on this. Now see here, I'm going to keep the anchor to the home. I'm connecting it to the add to cart. Now I can able to save this element. I'm going to save this. I will try to execute the test case now. See here. It has to click on add to cart. This add to cart will be which we have to do. Now see here, I will go here. So just stop here. I'm going to just rename it here so that it will be clear. I'm using anchor here, anchor property. Okay. I'll go to the test cases. I'll create a test case. Dot anchor. Okay. Now see here. I'll go here. I'm going to drag this. Okay. It will go to the home, add to cart. So you know this. It has to click here. Add to cart. It has to click. Done with this. Now, if you want, I can able to execute this test case. I'm going to run it track. So it is clicking on it. Getting or not, guys? So capturing the properties, that is the difficult task what we are going to scanning the objects and getting the unique objects. That is the difficult task what you are going to do it in Tosca. Most of the elements will have the similar properties. At the time, the Tosca cannot able to differentiate between the properties. So
So
we
if
need
there
to,
is no unique property means Tosca won't able to give the results, sir.
yes, yes. See here, think like this. If there is no unique property, we'll try it once. Without unique property, we can try it once. See here. Now, guys, see here. I'm going to right click on this. We'll see without unique properties how Tosca will behave. Guys, please concentrate. I'm going to scan this application. So this application. Okay. The same way I'm going to select objects on the screen. I'm going to select same like home. Next one is second add to cart. Okay, add to cart. So we are done with this. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to save it. Okay. Done with the properties. We are done with the properties. Yeah. Add to cart we have given. Okay. Now I will try to create a test case for this case. I'm going to rename it. I can use something like I did not use anchor. So we can understand it clear. We did not use anchor here. Okay. Now we'll go to the test cases. Why this is coming in this line? Okay. First we'll see this, then we'll see this. Now we'll go here. I'm going to create a test case. I'm going to create one test case. Okay. I'm going to do the identification without anchor. Okay. Now I am going to drag and drop this. Okay. I want to click on it. Now I'm going to execute this without anchor. I'm going to right click on this, running crash. So it is getting failed. When it is green color pass, again it is getting failed, guys. So I'm going to close this page. Okay. We'll see why it is failed. What is the information? More than one control found for action add to cart. So there is more than one control. So we have a lot of controls with the same name add to cart. So Tosca cannot able to differentiate between the objects and Tosca cannot decide where it has to click on add to cart. Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we go for the next one, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Next. So you people are doing this or like what? You people are doing or what, guys? You are trying or no? You are trying.
Now I'm writing the notes after
Okay.
only to execute.
Okay, no issues. Okay. So next one is, what is the next one, guys? What is the next one? Identify by index. Common,
Index.
yeah. Identify by index. Identify index. Index means you know that every object you have some number for that. There is something like index. We can say something like constraint index. It is going to take care constraint relative. See, answer is going to take the relative ID. Here it is going to take the constraint index. Constraint index. It is going to take something like constraint index. Okay. So what it is going to do means it is going to use to find out the object based on the position. Index means it is going to use it to find the object or the element. Find the element based on the position on the web page. Based on position on the web page. In what position it is, what is the index number for that, all these things. Okay. When you want to go with index means if all the objects have same properties and Tosca cannot able to distinguish between them, we can use identify by index. Index means normally we can get a symbol like hash symbol. Hash symbol you will get it. Anchor means anchor symbol you are getting. Like this, you will get something like hash symbol. Okay. When you want to go here means if all the objects have the same properties, all objects have same properties. All objects have same properties, and Tosca cannot able to differentiate between the objects. Tosca cannot able to differentiate between the objects. Then you need to go with this way. Getting this what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here. We'll go to the web page. Okay. Now, just I'm checking for an example which we are going to click it. So you can use add to cart also. Add to cart also you can use it. Okay. Or if you have any other thing also, just I'm checking it. I'll go to the home. Just I'm checking how many add to carts are there. So we have 3 add to cart. Okay. We'll take this example also. We'll take this example. Now, I want to do something like add to cart here, or I want to do something like add to cart here. I can able to do it. Okay. So you'll get continuous duplications. Continuous duplications you are going to get it. Or we'll check it for something like desktops. I'll go for the computer something. Computers also is there. Here we have something like desktop. Okay. See here. I want to take all these 3 properties. 1, 2, and 3 properties. But finally, after getting these properties, I want to add only this one, add to cart. Okay. Now see here what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to scan. I'll go here. So what you need to do is get first. I need to right click here, right? Yes or no? Right click. I need to scan. Scan the application. I need to scan the application. Okay, we are going to scan this application guys. Here, I want to get the properties of some elements. So I want the property of this. I want the property of this. I want the property of this. But I want to click only the first element. Okay. Now all are duplications here, right? You can see here the select item is not unique. These are not unique, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's it.
Now, when you want to, okay, so index means you are going to use something like constant ID. I told already constant index. It is like a hash symbol. And when you want to go for index means if all objects have the same properties. So index means it is going to find out the object based on the position of the web page. Position of the web page. Okay. Now see here how it looks. I'll go here. Identify by. I'll mention something like index. I'm going to click on. Okay. Now see here. First, three are not unique. First one I am going to select it. I mentioned something like identify by index. First I am selecting. I'm going to click on identify by index. It is showing three. The index is 1. See here, when you see here, how many add to cart is there guys? Here, how many add to cart is there?
4.
4 means. So how many indexes will be there? How many indexes will be there? 4 indexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is showing
Sir,
first one
but
is
we have,
just a minute.
sir, but we have selected only three, no, sir. Here, add to cart. Only three we have selected.
See, if you want, you can select 1 also, 2 also, 3 also. It depends. How many you want to select. Getting what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
You can select how many. Now see here, it is selecting the first index. First index it is selecting. Now see here, first will become unique. We are getting the hash mark here. So it is saying 1 is unique. So the first one it has given 1 for this. Okay. Next again go to the second one. Go to the identify by. Click on index. Identify by index. This is the second out of 4. So click on the second. So it became unique. Next third one is there. Again see here. It is showing 3 out of 4. Select it. So now everything will become unique now. Now which one you need to click on this? I want to click on the second one, I can click it. I need to click on the first one, I can click it, or whatever. See here, I am going to save this. Okay. Now see here. This is the one. Add to cart, first one, second one, and third one. Okay. Now what I am going to do is I am going to create a test case for this. I want to click on this one. I want to click on this. I want to click on this. I'll go here. I am going to create a test case. Identification of it. Dot index. I'm going to identify using index. Okay. I'm going to drag and drop it here. This one. Okay. Now see here. Last one I need to click it. I want to click on the last one. Click. So I can able. Then right click on it. Execute. did not close this page, so it is showing changes everything. Okay. Now one more thing. Okay. Anyhow, right, I'm going to cancel this. Here, see here. Again, I'm going to once. I'm going to record this page. I'm going to scan this once again. You can see. Just I'm closing this page. I'm going to scan it again. It's working. Everything is working. It's clicking on it. But I want to show some more examples for you. I'm going to scan the application. I'll take the same page. We need to select the objects here. This one I'm selecting. 2, 3. I'm going to start. See here. When I'm going to click on this, it is going to highlight. See here. I'm going to click on this OK. Second one is highlighted. So it has taken the properties of the object, but the properties of the objects are not unique. So now I'm going to use this. Again, same thing I'm going to teach you guys. So I'm going to use something like identify using index. So okay. First one, it is 1 out of 4. You can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 4 it's showing. Add to cart. So yes, I am selecting yes. So then it will go to second one. 2 out of 4. It's the second one. And third one. 3 out of 4. You need to get the message. The selection item should be unique. See here, like this. The above one. The selected item is unique. Otherwise, it cannot able to click. It cannot able to click. Now you can able to use these properties. You need to use only the unique properties when you are going to execute the test cases on the application. Scanning the properties means it will give all the properties of the application. But when you are going to execute, you need only the unique properties. Unique properties should be there. Otherwise, Tosca cannot able to identify the object in the application and cannot able to perform the actions on the application. Till here guys. Any doubts? Guys, you need to practice this. Like, guys, getting or not?
So, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubts, please let me know. I can able to repeat it, guys. But I want you people to learn this. So this is the important task what you are going to do in the real time. So always you need to find out the unique objects in the application. You need to find out the unique objects in the application. Okay. We'll go for the next one, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll go for the next one. Okay. What is the next one pending, guys? Which identification technique is
Properties identify by
Images.
image, right?
Images.
so next one is identify by image. So here it is going to take some image properties. Means image properties. OPTINT. Image property means OPTINT is the image property. So it is going to take some image properties. Okay. Now we are going to use 3 methods: identify by properties, identify by anchor, identify by index. If all the 3 properties are not working, then only you need to go for identify by image. 99% of the cases in the real time, we will not use identify by image. We will not use this. Okay, will not use. Now see here. Now see here. I'll show the example, but we will not use this in the real time. But this is one of the identification technique. But 99% of the cases, you are not going to use this. Okay, if all the above methods are not working, then only we need to go with this. For this, we don't want to use the XScan also. If you want to use object identification using image, you don't want to use XScan also. Directly you can right click. Now see here. Now I am going to close this. I want to click on this image. This is the image. I want to click on it. It will click and it will go to the home page. See, it will go to the home page. So I am on this page. It has to click on this. So this is the concept here. Okay, this is the concept. Just I want to click on this. Clear just what I'm saying? Just I want to click on this image. That's all. I want to click on the image. It has to go to the home page. Getting guys? Yes, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Just I want to click on it. That's all. By using image. This image I want to click on this. Okay. So I can right click here. I can right click here. Okay. Here we are going to open a scanner. Okay, scan. We'll go there. Okay. After this, okay, directly I'll show that how you are going to do it, because we are going to use same like Xscan, but normally we don't. After going there, we don't want to use Xscan. We are not going to scan any object properties. Here means we need to create a module, so we are doing here. Now see here, application. For this page. So I don't want anything from the page. I don't want anything from the page. I don't want. Directly I will go here. I'm going to identify by image. Okay. Now, which one you need to identify by image? You need to select here the image. From here, click on this. You need to keep the cursor here on this. Just a moment. Click on this. Now see here. I want to click on this. I want to click on this. Okay. Now see here. Would you like to consider image identification in the search for your controls? This may result in the long duration without a visible Xscan window. Because already when you are going to execute this also, it will take more time to identify the object or the controls at runtime it is saying. But okay, like maybe like see, I don't want. If you want, you can keep it. Otherwise, you can do. You don't. You can see. You don't want. Now see here. Again, I am going to close it. Right click. Now see here. What we can do it here means image based control will be there. See here. Image based control. You can see here. Right click. You can see the image based control is there. I need to click on this image based. I need to click on this image. Whenever you are going to click on the image, it is going to show like this. It is going to show like this. Now, I am going to add this. I am going to select this. Okay. It is going to ask whether it is a text or a button. What exactly? It's a general one or a text, whatever it is. I'll say it's a button kind of thing. So it has a click. I'll say button. Okay. Okay. Now see here, after this, it is going to ask drag and drop to some elements so that we can able to find out easily. So I'm going to drag and drop to the electronics or anything we can do. Again, I'm going to say this, guys. See here, I'm canceling this. Again, I'm going to say this. Right click on this image based control. I need to go for the image based control. I'm going to click on this. It is going to ask select the image. Select the image. I'm going to click on. I'm going to select this. So this is the image. It has to click. I'll select only this image also, no issue. Okay. It is. I'm saying it's a button. It is asking whether a button or a general or a text. I'll say it's a button. Okay. Again, it's asking drag and drop to some element here so that I can able to find out the image easily. So I'm going to drag this and show it. This come from computer. This much distance it is taking. Like this, I'll show it from computer. Okay. Now see here, done with this. Now after this, I'm going to maximize this. See here, this one is the image which I have taken, and here it is going to ask for accuracy. Accuracy means you want 100% accuracy, same like this image, or you want any 50% accuracy or 60%, any accuracy. I will give some 50% if it is looks like this button. You can use it. Save. I am going to save it. Okay, done with this. See here, one it is created here. So this is the control. Getting or not getting. Can I repeat it again?
Okay, sir.
Or just
So
give me
somewhat
one.
we are getting.
Okay, I can understand. This is the first time that I can understand for you people. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to again do the same thing, guys. I'm going to delete this. Okay, now see here, guys. I'm going to identify this object. This is the image. Okay, by using a identification technique using identify by image, and I want to click on it. It has to click now. It has to go to the home page. See here, previous page. It is going to the home page. See, demo.web Tricent like demo webshop.tricentis.com. It should be. Previously, it is in this page. Demo webshop.tricentis.com desktops are there. If I'm going to click on it, has to go to the home page. Now see here. I'm going to use identify by image technique here. I'm going to right click on this. Right click on this, scan. Okay, application. Or normally, if you want to go to the application, if you want to go to the Xscan, there you can able to select it. But the better thing is you'll go here. Is a create image based control is there. Click on this. Click on this. it is asking to select the image in this. Select the image in this. Okay. Now see here, I'm going to click on this plus icon. I'm going to select this image. Okay. It is asking whether it's a text or any general information is there or it's a button. I'm saying it's a button. Okay. Then it is asking drag it and show how much to any other element from here. Okay, I'm going to drag it from here to this computers or anything like that. I'll show that there's a computers button here. Okay. Now see here. I'll maximize this. So this is the image which has been captured. Next, after this, it is going to ask 100% it is looks like this image, or if there is any changes. I will say if it is 50% like this also okay. No problem. Okay. Then after this, save. Done with this. Now I want to click on this on that screen. Go to the test cases. I am going to create a test case. I am going to create a test case for this. Right click. Okay. I am going to create a test case. The image. We are going to use identification technique using image. Okay. Now from here, I am going to drag this case. This screen I am going to drag it by using image. I am going to keep on this. So there is a control here. Okay. Screen. There's a control and value. Okay. Screen. It's a I want to click on this. I want to click on that. Okay, I'm going to execute this. On the screen, there is a control. I want to click on this. A right click, run in scratchbook. It has been clicked on it. It has been clicked on. Getting or not this? Yes, no.
Somewhat okay, sir.
Guys, you need to practice this, guys. There is a thing. You need to practice
Yes,
this. So again, if you want, I can
yes,
repeat
sir.
it again. I can repeat, but you need to practice this, guys. Again, I'm saying. Okay. Now see here. So you want to repeat it now? Again, I'm going to repeat it. See here, guys. So this is the page. I want to click on this. So I'm going to use identification using image. So for the module, you need to go from here. I'll keep the screen, then you'll get screen one also, no issues. I'm going to give right click. I'm going to create image based control by using image. Create image based control. Click on it. So it will open one window. There is an image based control window or images identification control. Image identification control window. Click on the plus icon. Select the image. I want to click on the image. Select this. This image I want to click. Now it is asking whether it's a button or a text, what it is. So it's a button. I'm going to give it as button. So from this, I need to drag it to the anyone. See, I need to drag it to the computers or books, anything I can drag it. Okay. I am going to drag it. There is a book here. So that it is checking how much distance is there from books to this button so that it can able to click it correctly. Now you'll go here. So properties, if you want, you can see what are the 95 will be the default accuracy, but normally in the real time, if you are going to use, you can use 50%. That is more than enough. Now, after this, I am going to save. Okay. Then after this, I need to create a test case here. For the test case, you know this, again, I am going to right click here, create a test case, identification dot image one I will do it. Now from here, I am going to drag this. screen. There is a control. I need to click on this control. I need to click on this. I need to click on this. So done with this. So if it is going to click on this, you have to go to the home page. Now directly go here. So this is my test case. I need to run the test case. See, it is clicking there. It is going to the previous page. So it is processing the results. You can see the results here, what has been done. Action has been taken. Okay. Now, till here clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.